The Vatican had an important visitor today, US President Joe Biden. It's usually high-stakes stuff. Two of the most powerful people in the world talking politics, talking religion, and nowadays talking climate change, of course. For Joe Biden, this meeting was not just about politics, it was personal. Biden, you see, is only the second Catholic president of the US. The first one was John F. Kennedy. He attends Mass almost every week. He wears a rosary on his wrist. He even considered being a priest at one point. Biden has always called himself a devout Catholic. So for him, meeting the Pope was a big deal. But things did not start off smoothly. When presidents meet the Pope, the whole world is watching. There are dozens of cameras, an army of journalists, and many Vatican staffers. Well, not this time. Hours before the meeting, the Vatican made a big announcement. No live coverage. Journalists were barred from entering the Vatican Palace. Only the Pope's photographer would be inside. And I know what you're probably thinking. If journalists were banned, how did we get these pictures? Well, the Vatican released them later, not the full film, but an edited version. What you see is the edited version. So why was the live coverage cancelled? The Vatican has a simple explanation: the Wuhan virus. During the pandemic, the press was kept out of papal meetings. It made sense last year, but not anymore. All White House correspondents are fully vaccinated. So is Joe Biden's team. Is there something more at play here then? We can think of a few reasons. For starters, Joe Biden's position on abortion. He's a strong supporter of abortion rights. The Pope is not. Pope Francis has equated abortion to murder. And this is a key conflict between the two men. Bishops in America are also joining in. They say Biden should be denied communion. The question is, will the Pope agree? So far, he has refused to join the political debate. He says laws are for the leaders to decide. Could this be one reason for the lack of live coverage? To edit out some sensitive conversations, perhaps? It is possible. Or was it because of personal reasons? Perhaps Biden had a religious request for the Pope, maybe a prayer, maybe he did not want certain intimate moments to be broadcast live. We don't know the exact reason. All we can say is the Wuhan virus is a weak excuse. Both the White House and the Vatican reporters have registered their protest. Now to the actual meeting. It lasted for about 90 minutes, 75 minutes of one-on-one meeting and 15 minutes for pictures. Experts are calling it an unusually long meeting, and they're right. The Pope's meeting with Donald Trump lasted for all of 30 minutes. The Obama meeting lasted about 50 minutes. So compared to these, this was a marathon audience. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Well, we're not sure yet. But here's what the White House says. President Biden thanked His Holiness for his advocacy for the world's poor and those suffering from hunger, conflict, and persecution. He lauded Pope Francis's leadership in fighting the climate crisis, as well as his advocacy to ensure the pandemic ends for everyone through vaccine sharing and an equitable global economic recovery. Standard stuff, nothing out of the ordinary. There is no mention of abortion, of course, or the LGBTQ rights, nothing controversial basically. Biden gifted the Pope a military coin. He also had some high praise for the pontiff. Listen to this.
You are the most significant warrior for peace I've ever met. And with your permission, I'd like to be able to give you a coin. It has the U.S. seal on the front. But what's different with this coin? But I know my son would want me to give this to you because on the back of it, I have the state of Delaware, the 261st unit my son served with. Now the tradition is, and I'm only kidding about this, if next time I see you and you don't have it, you have to buy the drinks.
It's going to be a busy weekend for the Pope. More than 20 world leaders are in Rome, and like all good tourists, they will visit the Vatican. Tomorrow, the Indian Prime Minister will pay a visit. He'll be the fifth Indian leader to meet the Pope. After Jawaharlal Nehru, Indira Gandhi, I.K. Gujral and Atal Bihari Vajpayee, it will be Narendra Modi, the fifth leader. It's a hectic working weekend for presidents and prime ministers. The Vatican is a short detour, a pilgrimage for some like Biden, an outreach for others. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.